So yesterday, Microsoft announced the Surface Pro 3. And today we're going to take a look at both devices, the Surface Pro 3 and the Pro 2, to find out what's different. We can clearly see that even from the packaging, Microsoft has decided to make a clear difference between the Pro 3 and the Pro 2. So let's jump in and find out. So let's look at both devices, the Surface Pro 3 and the Pro 2. The very first thing you notice between the Pro 3 and the Pro 2 is that with both their type covers on, the Pro 2 is much thinner than the Pro 3. It's a very simple process. I'm going to take the Digitizer Pen, and you can see there, if I lay it, it's actually much thinner. And actually, I'll take both type covers off so you guys can take a good look at that. And separate so we see. And I'm just going to stack them side by side so you can see how thin the Pro 3 is to the Pro 2. So they're both thin in that respect, but the other things, of course, that make both devices differ. Now, the Pro 2 here, which is actually currently discontinued from the Microsoft Store, because I just checked, it's not available, but you probably can get it off eBay or maybe a Best Buy. This is a 10-inch display. It's got a 1080p display, crystal black? I can't remember the technology. Front-facing camera here. The Windows button is right here in front. You've got your power button on the top right-hand corner. You can see the air vents here for the fan. As we pan out to the side, your headphone jack is on the left side, volume rocker, USB 3.0. 5-megapixel camera at the back. This is your pin connector for charging, and that is your display ports here. Now, speakers are on the sides of the device. Of course, you do have the most valued kickstand here, and difference with the Pro 2 is there's no micro SD expansion. This is a 256 gigabyte version, and you can see how thick, we're just going to set that aside here, this device is. So we'll set that aside. It's got the double hinge, so you have one and then you have two. That is the Pro 2. Let's go ahead, set this aside also, and take a look at the Pro 3 here. And actually just turn this off first. Now the power button is on the left hand side instead of the right. It's much thinner. And it's a 12-inch display. This is a 12-inch 2160 by 1440 display. So this is a higher resolution than what you have with the Pro 2. The Windows button is not in the center here. It's actually on the side, and the aspect ratio is different. So this is a 3:2 aspect ratio. It's got that longer, almost iPad feel to it, so you can hold book-like. But it's not even a 4:3. This is a 3:2 aspect ratio, similar to what you have in a book. You've got a front-facing camera up there on the top. With this device now on the back on the left hand side, all we have is the headphone jack here on the left hand side. We don't have a USB on this side. We have a volume rocker, and it's got the silver looking build to match almost the Surface 2 itself. It's not that black color anymore. On the back we have a 5-megapixel camera, and it's also got some sensors on the back. Here's the Surface logo. Now on the right hand side we do have a display port, USB 3.0. And then here is our new charging ports, completely different from what you have in your Pro 2. And of course the kickstand. Now the kickstand is different. Before we even continue, you do have micro SD expansion, so you can have expansion on that, which is different from that. And then with the kickstand, we have the 150-degree kickstand, which I'm just going to, instead of having one or two positions, you can slide it down all the way. So you can actually do that with your Pro 3. Now, those are the things in just hardware-wise that they both differ from. And I'm just going to place this in the side like that. Now, the other differences too between the Pro 2 and the Pro 3. And one of those is actually the Digitizer Pen for both as we move along. So the Digitizer Pen here, and somebody's actually messaging me, but the Digitizer Pen here is actually different. This is the Pro 2 Digitizer Pen. This is the Pro 3 Digitizer Pen. The first thing you notice, and actually let me just turn that volume down so that I don't get that. First thing you notice is first the color and also the weight. This feels pen-like. This feels more like pencil-like, I'll call it that way. This also, now the Pro 2 pen here basically has one single clicker button and a top clicker, if you will, and it attaches to the side of your Pro 2. That's it. And you can see the digitizer tip. Now, the Pro 3 here feels more pen-like, is silver to match, of course, and it's got two clicks. You've got your erase and you've got your select button. Then you've got what I call the OneNote button on the top, and also the screen lock unlock button, which will unlock your screen. And this also, this doesn't connect anywhere in your device. It actually connects to the keyboard itself, the new Type Cover 3 keyboard right here. So that's that. So one of the other aspects that's also different here is actually the chargers and the charging ports. So the Pro 2 charger, this is right here in my left hand, this is the charger for a Pro 2, is actually bigger than the Pro 3 charger. Pro 3 charger is a little thinner. This is the Pro 3, this is the Pro 2 charger. And also the ports are different. So if I actually drop this down and bring this up for you so you can see, this is the connector port that we known for the Surface, for the Pro 2, the Pro, as well as the regular Surface altogether. And this is the new charging port, and thankfully so from Microsoft, for the Pro 3. The Pro 3 charging port is a slip port that slides in, and you can see it's much thinner than what you have here with the Pro 2. So just know that your charger from your original Surface will not work with the Pro 3, and this actually fits here on the right hand side, and it's easy to slide in. You can see how easy that is to actually slide in, while the charging port for the original Surface here, if I actually bring this up, flip this around so you guys can see charging port there. Let me raise this a little higher. You can see it's that finagly port right there. So the charging port here is easy. I can literally just slip this in. One hand with this. I have to kind of fit it in, make sure it fits. So if you're a Surface owner, you know that quite well. So in terms of the internal hardware, there are some similarities and some differences. So with the Pro 3, you can start from a Core i3 to a Core i7. That's the one big difference there. The Pro 2 only went to an i5, and that was pretty much it. Now, both of them can max out at 8 gigabytes of RAM, and you can go up to 512 gigabytes of internal storage with the Pro 3 there. So you have those there. Now, the Pro 3 also comes with Bluetooth 4.0, which the Pro 2 doesn't have. And the Pro 3 here also comes with AC wireless. So the new wireless standard, which is called AC, the Pro 2 doesn't have. The Pro 3 also has that there. Now, both of them have the Intel HD 4400 graphics cards. I was hoping that the Pro 3 would have the 5000, but the Pro 3 does have the latest driver software. So, you can actually play games like Titanfall, but on the lowest resolution still. You do have to do some finagling there to do that on the Pro 2. Now, you can see both displays and how sharp they look, especially as we put Superman there on there. And again, of course, both 10-fin good touch in terms of device in use. Now, in terms of the keyboards, both keyboards are, I'm going to take these two out. Both keyboards here, you have the Type Cover 2 here, and this is the Type Cover 3 keyboard. Now, the Type Cover 2 keyboard here actually does this. It works. It actually will fit. It will fit in there. And let's go to OneNote or something like that. Let's just go to browser, and we can actually use the keyboard. Let's see. Okay. Type. You can actually use the keyboard. The keyboard will work with this, but you can see how it looks. It looks a little odd. So that's there. The Type Cover 2 keyboard will work with the Surface Pro 3. And the Type Cover 3 keyboard will fit with the Surface Pro 2. So whoever's asking, your Type Cover keyboards are technically interchangeable. I don't have Office on that one, which is why I just didn't use Office. I need to actually update my key, and you can see there. It's a little bit too bright, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit because my resolution is high on the highest. There we go. So yeah, you can type with both keyboards. Both keyboards work with whichever device you have. So that's there with the keyboards and that keyboard functionality, but both keyboards are different. Now, the double hinge feature here with the Type Cover 2 keyboard does not work with the Surface 2, but on the Surface 3, of course, it does work. That does this, that lift position, which gives you better typing and better feel. It's also got a better trackpad compared to the cloth trackpad here on the Type Cover 2 keyboard on the Surface Pro, for the Surface Pro 2. So overall, both devices come in at a different degree of taste and feel. Microsoft has done a lot to actually improve on the Surface Pro 2 compared to the Surface Pro 3, and you can see that there with the design and styling, especially of course with the hinge, and where this has the double hinge on the Surface Pro 2, this has the continuous 150 hinge here on the Surface Pro 3. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know. I've shown you here that the type covers work for both of them. Both the devices have similar internals in terms of hardware, but Microsoft has done a lot to trim it down and also add a few extra features in there in terms of the display, as well as also just hardware specs. The other thing I forgot to mention, which is very key, is actually the front-facing speakers of the Surface Pro 3. The Surface Pro 3 again is available for pre-order today, starting at $799. That's almost the same price point where the Pro 2 started. The Pro 2 is no longer available on the Microsoft Store, so I can't tell you what the current price is, and also in the clearance section it's not available there, so you can see. But hopefully this side-by-side gives you an idea of why Microsoft basically made those changes. Let me see if I can actually move this a bit and drop this down there. Made changes to the Surface line in terms of the Pro 2 and the Pro 3. So if you have any questions or any comments, let us know, guys. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and favorite this video. And if you have any questions in terms of the comparison between the Pro 2 on the right and the Pro 3 on the left, let me know. I'll try and answer them for you. Don't forget to, again, subscribe to Bored at Work. And also, if you're looking to actually purchase the Pro 3, I'll have the link for you down in the description. So this is Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.